Once upon a time, Swissair was about to become the dominant force of the European airline market. Their service and punctuality was world-renowned, and Swissair expanded rapidly. However, the airline bit off more than it could chew, flew too close to the sun, and eventually in the early 2000s, the pride of Switzerland collapsed. Like the phoenix from the ashes, Switzerland's new flag carrier, Swiss International Airlines, was born in 2002. But the new airline was on shaky ground from the start and was taken over by the German Lufthansa just 2 years after it was founded. With the German acquisition, would the bar's German style of management destroy the Swiss hospitality in aviation? Service desert over Swiss skies? For Swiss nationalists, Germany's takeover of the flag carrier was a stab in the gut. But what does the current state of affairs around Swiss International Airlines mean for everyday travelers? Is Swiss really that bad and nothing more than a copy of Lufthansa? Let's find out. But first, a small disclaimer. Me being from Switzerland, it is of course not the first time that I fly Swiss International Airlines. I have flown with Swiss many times in short and long haul, both in eco and business class. But this is the first time I dare to publicly review my country's airline on YouTube, so let's just pretend it's my first flight on Swiss. Today's journey starts in Berlin. To be exact, our flight LX963 departs from Berlin Brandenburg International Airport. This is an airport that I worried I would never see operational. People were even joking that it would be cheaper to demolish and rebuild the airport instead of opening it. Seriously, the construction of this airport was a huge mess. It costed almost 6 billion euros instead of the planned 1.1 billion. And it finally opened in 2020 with an impressive delay of 9 whole years. If you are interested in the details, feel free to check out Peter's video on Mentour now on this topic after watching this video. It's linked below. Arriving at 5 AM at the airport, getting a currywurst and a beer obviously is my #1 priority. Speaking of priority, thanks to my priority pass, I have access to business class lounges on airports around the globe, regardless of the class of travel. Unfortunately, at BER there is no priority pass lounge. However, you do get a consumption credit of 23 euros per person on food and beverages at Mövenpick Café, and that for an unlimited amount of times. With this infinite food glitch, we feel like we're in the land of milk and honey. I let people behind us, who are not aware that I know German, gossip if I quote-unquote shit money. And I admit it must look a little odd when a random dude like me stocks up on supplies enough for Napoleon's army to take over the Russian Empire. Especially when even just a water costs more than a doner kebab. Well fed, we leave the coffee shop and roll to gate B07. Boarding opens on time and soon we are on board. The crew's welcome is warm and friendly, and the aircraft, although it's already 12 years old, looks well maintained. The flight is only about half full and the passengers on board are an interesting mix of funky party people and serious businessmen. With C12G, I enjoy a great spot on the plane that comes with a huge legroom, or drops the passenger in front of me, of any privacy left in economy class. As usual in Swiss short-haul fleet, there is no in-flight entertainment in the front seat, but there are personal reading lights and adjustable air vents which don't work. What I also find a bit weird on board Swiss is that the safety video is only played in English. Especially elderly people in Switzerland often know little to no English, and to run the video at least in one of our 4 national languages would certainly not be wrong. Thank you, Merkel.
Please fasten your seatbelt now, as we are taking off. Because turbulence can...
Takeoff is relatively eventless and soon we leave the German capital behind us. Looking at the prices in the onboard menu, I quickly realize that I will soon be back in Switzerland. I decide against wasting 8 francs on fries, and I'm happy about a free beverage service instead. Honestly, the only thing that keeps me from flying the same route with EasyJet for half of the price is the chocolate. As long as there is free chocolate on Swiss flights, my faith in humanity remains. The flight south just takes us under an hour and a half and takes us over Germany right up to the Swiss border. I enjoy the view and then take a quick look in the lavatory. The restroom is nothing special and it seems to be identical in construction with those on board Brussels Airlines A321 family, also part of the Lufthansa Group. I have not been in Switzerland for over 8 months and I am now looking forward to the approach into Zurich. The view of the mountains and the lakes when landing in Zurich is always an amazing experience. Unfortunately, the weather does not play along. But when I spot the first nuclear power plants on the horizon, I know that Switzerland is not far away anymore.
Welcome to Switzerland. Please keep your seatbelts fastened to the fasten seatbelt sign has been turned on. We'll now say goodbye to you. Hope you will enjoy staying on board. On behalf of Swiss and your crew, thank you for flying with us and goodbye. I wish you a very pleasant day.
Do come home after what feels like an eternity. Makes me a little emotional, not gonna lie. But do not worry, that wasn't my last flight. Now I have some time to explore Europe, and the next trips will head through the Eastern Balkans and Turkey. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss it. But now, how good or bad is Swiss International Airlines? In my opinion, Swiss offers a solid product in economy and business class. The crew is nice and the aircrafts are in a good condition. Although it's part of the Lufthansa Group, I would say that in terms of reliability and hospitality, Swiss surpasses its parent company. However, Swiss can't match the great times of Swissair. The prices are steep, and in an international comparison, quite a few airlines from the Middle East and East Asia are definitely ahead of them. Nevertheless, I enjoy flying with Swiss and can recommend them. One airline where this is not necessarily the case is WestJet. Click right here to see my shocking flight on this airline. Thanks so much for watching, I love you and see you next week.